Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. I'm starting a new session. This is basically the session on Current Affairs 2020. Current Affairs 2020 for the month of June. As you can make out that this session is in English medium. If you are not comfortable with the language, before starting the video, I wish to tell you that we upload this session in Hindi medium also. If you are not comfortable with the language, switch to the Hindi medium session. I'll start with the video, but I wish to tell you one more thing that at the end, the revision is going to be very beneficial. That's what I feel, because that's how you'll be able to retain these difficult terms in your mind forever. I'll try my level best to make you understand everything. This session is important. I generally say that, but this time actually I'm going to disclose the paper for which it is more relevant, but it is not the case. It is not the case that it is not relevant for the other exams, because there are many questions which are actually related, which are actually pertinent for the bank exams. You will see questions on RBI. You yourself will be able to judge that this particular question is not relevant for SSC or maybe CLAT or any other exam which you are going to write. This session is obviously, I'm telling you, relevant for all the exams, but it is very, very important for those students who are actually writing SBI PO, IBPS PO, such exams. That means the exams for banking sector. If you like the session, please press the like button for sure. Share the video with your friends so that they can get the benefit of such important session. If you subscribe the channel, apart from that, press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications, of all the videos which we upload. I'll start with the first question, and it is about UNCTAD. What is the expanded form of it? Look at the screen. Okay, what is UNCTAD? That is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. I'll actually divide my videos where I'll be mentioning that this question is pertinent for the bank exam. That's how those who are not writing the bank exam will not be focusing on that particular question. As per United Nations Conference on Trade and Development World Investment Report, FDI, that means foreign direct investment received by India in 2019 was $51, that means $51 billion. That was the amount that India received from foreign nations. India remained on the 9th number. Yes, because the ranking was there. As per United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the ranks were actually provided. First nation was USA, which remained the favorite of all the nations. That means there were many countries they invested in USA, and that is why USA received maximum FDI. India remained on the 9th rank. Don't forget that. I'm going to explain that once again. When I say UNCTAD, that means there's a full form here, and that full form is also very important. I'll repeat that. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, that is UNCTAD, World Investment Report, released by them, and as per that, FDI received by India was $51 billion. I'll move ahead with the second question. I'll talk about MNREGA here. We all know about MNREGA. I need not actually discuss such things in detail. But I am saying it is the highest ever allocation for MNREGA this time for the financial year 2020-21. And that is 1 lakh crores. So 1 lakh crores is the highest MNREGA allocation in the year 2020-21. Don't forget that. The next question is, RBI committee to review ownership and control of private banks. I hope by reading this statement you can actually make out what is written here. I was saying that RBI committee, so that there's a committee of actually constituted by RBI. The name of the committee is P.K. Mohanty Committee. What is to be explored, or what is there to actually be familiar with? P.K. Mohanty Committee appointed by RBI, I am saying to review something, to review the ownership of private banks, to review the control of private banks. Committee on Development of Housing Finance Securitization Market. And that committee is Dr. Harshvardhan Committee. So Dr. Harshvardhan is the head, that is why Dr. Harshvardhan Committee, who's actually going to review the development of housing finance securitization market. This is a task force, TN Manoharan Task Force. What will this task force do? This task force on the development of secondary market for corporate loans. So for corporate loans, I'll actually, make it a little brief for you. I was saying that TN Manoharan on corporate loans, Dr. Harshvardhan, development of housing finance, securitization market, and PK Mohanty for the ownership, to review the ownership of private banks. Let's move ahead with the other question. Asian Football Confederation. Here we are actually going to talk about Women's Asian Cup. That means Women's Asian Cup, that means Women's Football Asian Cup. We are referring to that only. So please relate that. I was saying Asian Football Confederation. Women's Asian Cup 2022, that means I was actually saying 2022. So it is that India is going to host this. India is going to host this cup. That is why it is important for us. But that will happen in the year 2022. Let's move to the other question. Skill mapping exercise for Indians. And why is that happening? See, there are Indians which were actually there abroad. They got stuck. Indian government brought them back. Under Vande Bharat mission, those who came back to India, those who were actually stuck outside, that means outside the nation, they were brought back in India by Indian government under Vande Bharat mission. So now they are actually doing the skill mapping activity of them for those who actually came back to India, and it is happening under Swades. Swades is an exercise because where this exercise takes place, they are actually mapping the skill. Let's say if I am a person who was actually there outside, now I was brought back by the Indian government and I was a doctor or maybe an engineer somewhere outside. Now they are actually pointing people out and they are keeping them away. That means skill mapping is happening here. The full form of Swades is also important for us, and that is Skilled Workers Arrival Database for Employment Support. So this is skilled workers, SW, skilled workers which were brought back. So skilled workers arrival database, because they were brought back, arrival database for employment support. Let's move to the other question. EY World Entrepreneur 2020. EY World Entrepreneur of 2020. The third Indian who received this award is Kiran Majumdar-Shaw. She is actually the head of Biocon Limited. We all know her. First woman, you can say, and the third Indian basically after, you can say, Narayan Murthy and Uday Kotak. She became the third one. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw is the third person who received EY World Entrepreneur of 2020 award. Let's move to the other point, which was first Indian. Yes, this is happening for the first time. First Indian to receive Richard Dawkins Award. Richard Dawkins Award was actually given to Javed Akhtar. He became the first Indian to receive this award. Richard Dawkins Award. There's a curiosity to know more about Richard Dawkins Award. I know that you all have that. That is why I've actually written something else here to elaborate it further. Dawkins Award is given for critical thinking, secularism, where the religion is not the barrier. Critical thinking, secularism, rationalism, rational, that means rationality. We are talking about the logic here. Critical thinking, secularism, rationalism and scientific inquiry. These are the areas for which Dawkins Award is given, and it was for the first time given to some Indian, and that is Javed Akhtar. Let's move to the other question. Revised public procurement rules, government categorizes suppliers on domestic value addition local content. I know, must be thinking that what is it about? Because the language is a little difficult, but the language outside, when you actually read the content from newspapers or various magazines, there it is even more difficult. I tried making it easier and I'll actually try to make you understand. By doing that, I'll try to make things even easier. The other question, which is about government procurement, which has actually been modified. So revised public procurement rules are in which government categorizes, government classifies actually the people, the suppliers on domestic value addition or local content. I'll explain that one by one. The classification of government is those suppliers which are actually going to bid for the government procurement through tenders. They'll be like class 1 supplier will be most eligible, local supplier who uses more than 50% or 50%. I was saying if that supplier or that organization uses 50% or more local content, then that supplier falls in the class 1 category, which will be most eligible for this government's tender. Class 2 local supplier will be using local content between 20% and 50%. Local content, that means I'm actually talking about the Indian things which he has in his suppliers basically. Non-local suppliers which are actually not eligible, government actually have categorized. The third category is non-local suppliers because that supplier is using less than 20% of Indian content of local content. That is why only suppliers with at least 20% local value addition allowed to bid for government purchase up to rupees 200 crores. I was telling you that those who are actually using less than 20% are not eligible. That is why this third classification is not eligible for the government procurement or the tender of government up to rupees 200 crores. Let's move to the other question. Number 1, state. On FSSAI, when we actually talk about FSSAI, you go to a restaurant, you see the certificate by FSSAI. That means you are aware that FSSAI certification is mandatory for a restaurant or for a food chain to actually serve you food. So that FSSAI for food safety index, food safety index, there was an index of the states of India. Basically, Gujarat stood number 1. Number 2 was Tamil Nadu and number 3 was Maharashtra. I'll explain that once again. I was saying there was an index conducted by FSSAI for food safety in which Gujarat stood 1st, Tamil Nadu 2nd and Maharashtra 3rd. Let's move to the other question. Under Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative, special films for promoting 10 indigenous sports. Indigenous, that means Indian sports. Indigenous Sports of India launched by Fit India and MHRD. MHRD and Fit India actually under Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative, they have launched special films promotion sort of thing where they'll be promoting 10 indigenous sports, Indian sports films basically. Fit India is the flagship program, of sports ministry. Don't forget that. That is why Fit India and MHRD were actually able to launch such a thing where they'll be promoting these 10 sports movies. The next question is Poonam Avlokan. That's not the name of a person. Poonam, we are referring to full moon. And Avlokan means observation. Observation during the full moon night. That is Poonam Avlokan. And that during that night, what happens? They count the number of lions. Gir lions, we are saying the counting of Gir lions is basically the thing associated with Poonam Avlokan. Gir lion referring to Gujarat. You guys are able to understand that. Poonam Avlokan is associated with counting of lions, census of lions. Number of Asiatic lions in this state has gone up from 523 to 674. Yes, 523 was the number in 2015. In 2020, the number has become 674 and there's a jump of 29%. So Poonam Avlokan is associated with counting of Gir lions. Let's move to the other question, because in exams you see such things where they ask you a particular thing, that what is it associated with. Largest wheat procuring state in India is Madhya Pradesh. That means they actually are able to purchase or save actually the wheat from outside sources to help the farmers. And that state has become Madhya Pradesh. Largest wheat procuring state in India, Madhya Pradesh. Let's move to the other question. 2020 World Food Prize winner, Dr. Ratan Lal. 2020 World Food Prize winner, Dr. Ratan Lal. Let's move to the other question. Now we are going to study a few important days in the month of June. I'll start with the 12th June and then I'll move to the 14th and 20th June. World Day Against Child Labour. World Day Against Child Labour is observed on 12th June. 14th June is World Blood Donor Day. There was a theme for it. The theme was Safe Blood Saves Life. Safe Blood Saves Life. World Refugee Day is observed on 20th June and the theme for it was Every Action Counts. Let's move to the other question. RBI modifies regulatory framework for FMIs. What are FMIs? FMIs are Financial Market Infrastructure. So financial market infrastructure. See, this question is important for bank exams. RBI modifies regulatory framework for FMIs and retail payment system. Not for FMIs only, but for retail payment system. So we are saying NPCI, that is National Payments Corporation of India, and National Electronic Fund Transfer. Must be thinking what it is. I was saying NEFT actually. National Electronic Funds Transfer, that is NEFT. National Payments Corporation of India, that is NPCI, both have been categorized as FMIs, as financial market infrastructures. FMIs, that means actually I was saying that NPCI, which is National Payments Corporation of India, has been designated as system-wide important payment system. Must be thinking what it is. I was saying that it has been designated as FMI, it has been designated as SWIPS. The full form of SWIPS is very, very important for you. I'll make you learn that. Focus on my words. I was saying that system-wide, SW, system-wide. That means something which is very important for the entire country, for the entire system, system-wide. I stands for important because it is important for the entire system. System-wide important. Payment system. SWIPS, that means PS stands for payment system. So system-wide important payment system, NPCI, will be called that. NPCI, NEFT will be categorized as FMIs. And what are the payment methods which are actually the part of FMIs already? Financial market infrastructure generally refers to systemically important payment system. As I was actually telling you that they are important payment system, FMIs. FMIs are regulated by RBI, you need to know that, and such kind of payments like RTGS, SSS, they fall in this category. I'll actually explain the full forms of them, you just look at them. Real-time gross settlement system, that is RTGS, you all know that, that was already the part of FMIs, that is classified as FMI. Securities settlement system, Clearing Corporation of India Limited kind of payment, negotiated dealing system, NDS kind of payments are FMIs already, two are added, two more are added which will be classified as FMIs now, they are NPCI and NEFTs. I'll move to the other question, and that is IBBI. Even this question is important for the bank exams. IBBI, that means Insolvency. BB stands for Bankruptcy Board of India. The first I is insolvency and the last I is India. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India Advisory Committee on Corporate Insolvency Resolution and Liquidation Process. What it is? See, what is that? I'll explain that. If bank provides you loan on something, you have something as a mortgage, or you can say if you are unable to pay back the bank liquidates, the bank sells the entity and tries to get back the money which the bank provided to the company or the organization. That's how corporate loans are actually retrieved or actually are taken back by the bank if the defaults happen. I was saying that IBBI Advisory Committee on Corporate Insolvency, where corporates are unable to pay back the loan, corporate insolvency and resolution, where they'll be liquidated. This committee will be headed by Uday Kotak. But you need to understand that only manufacturing corporates are not there which are actually conducting any sort of default. There are services sectors which have taken loan and they are also unable to pay back the loan. So the defaults are there in that category also. So in this service sector, IBBI Advisory Committee on Service Providers, TV Mohandas Pai is the person, is the committee, as in he is going to head that committee, is the committee which will be actually reviewing these service defaults which take place. IBBI, I told you, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Let's move to the other question. Upper age limit which has been decided for CEOs or whole-time directors. Must be thinking for companies? No, for banks actually. Upper age limit for CEOs, upper age limit for whole-time directors of banks proposed by RBI, and that is 70 years. Because it is not the case. People which are actually from the promoter groups, they start the bank and they actually stay with the banks till the end. That is why RBI felt the need. Maximum till the age of 70 years they can work. Apart from that, there is another limit. They have decided the term for whole-time directors. They have actually decided the duration, the term, maximum term for the whole-time director or CEO for those belonging to promoter group will be 10 years. The next question is, India's first natural gas trading platform, that is Indian Gas Exchange. Indian Gas Exchange has become the India's first natural gas trading platform. It has been launched, like we have traded in gold, we have traded in diamond. Similarly, there's a new thing, in front of all of us, and that is we'll be trading in natural gas. That is pretty strange, but there's a new platform for it, and that platform is Indian Gas Exchange. IGX has been launched by Indian Energy Exchange. So, Indian Gas Exchange was launched by Indian Energy Exchange. And the Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, that means I'm referring, to energy, that is why I'm talking about this fellow. That Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas is Dharmendra Pradhan. Sehkar Mitra scheme launched by Ministry for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Sehkar Mitra scheme was launched by Ministry for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Scheme to provide internship for youth in cooperative institutions. Must be thinking what it is about. I was saying that Sehkar Mitra scheme, which was actually launched by Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Ministry, that scheme is to provide internship, sort of livelihood to youth. And I was saying, but that will happen in cooperative institution. The Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare is Narendra Singh Tomar. There's a 500-year-old temple which actually came out. And how did that happen? Read that sentence carefully. 500-year-old submerged temple spotted in Odisha. And the question in your exam can be state also. The question in your exam can be in which river it was actually submerged, from which it came out. That is Mahanadi. So Mahanadi, Odisha, where 500-year-old submerged temple was spotted. Now I'll explain one more thing in detail, and that is Jan Dhan Yojana. Jan Dhan Yojana to be expanded to 50,000 self-help groups. Scheme, is targeting basically to earn livelihood, to bring livelihood, to provide livelihood to tribals basically, and tribals will be getting their livelihood by this scheme, because this scheme will be expanded in this manner where it will be reaching to 50,000 self-help groups. Jan Dhan scheme was actually started by TriFed and Ministry of Tribal Affairs. What is TriFed? TriFed is Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. I'll explain that. I was saying Tri is Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. That is TriFed. Don't forget that TriFed and Ministry of Tribal Affairs launched Jan Dhan scheme. Let's move to the other question. Lockdown Liaisons. Must be thinking what it is about. It is basically the name of the book. Lockdown Liaisons has been written by Shobha Dey, and there's another book written by J.K. Rowling, that is The Ichabod. The Ichabod is the name of the book written by J.K. Rowling. The next question is India's permanent representative to World Trade Organization, that is Brajendra Navneet. The next question is United Nations Association for Development and Peace Goodwill Ambassador for Poor, that is Netra. Netra is basically a young girl from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, and she has become the Goodwill Ambassador to the poor. From here on, I'll start the revision. Okay, I'll start the revision from here on, and that is as per UNCTAD World Investment Report. FDI received by India, that was $51 billion. India stood 9th actually. The largest FDI recipient was USA. The next question was Manrega allocation highest ever, that is 1 lakh crore for the financial year 2020 to 2021. RBI committee to review ownership and control of private banks, that is PK Mohanty committee. Dr. Harshvardhan committee to actually review development of housing finance securitization market, and TN Manoharan committee is basically the task force. He is the head of the task force which is going to review the development of secondary market for corporate loans. Asian Football Confederation Women's Asian Cup will take place in India in 2022. Skill mapping exercise, Swadesh for Indians returning from overseas under Vande Bharat mission. EY World Entrepreneur of 2020, Kiran Majumdar Shaw, and first Indian to receive Richard Dawkins Award, Javed Akhtar. Revised public procurement rules, government categorizes suppliers on domestic value addition, local content, as in based on local content. In class 1 falls the suppliers which actually use more than 50% or more than local content. Class 2 local suppliers will be using between 20 and 50% local content. Non-local suppliers will be using less than 20% of local content. Number 1 state on FSSAI Food Safety Index for 2019 and 20, that is Gujarat. Under Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative, special films for promoting 10 Indian sports launched by Fit India and MHRD. Poonam Avlokan is associated with counting of Gir lions, which have increased their number to 674 in 2020. And the next question is largest sweet procuring state in India is Madhya Pradesh. 2020 World Food Prize winner Dr. Ratan Lal. World Day Against Child Labour 12 June, World Blood Donor Day 14 June, and World Refugee Day 20th June. RBI modifies regulatory framework for FMI and retail payment system, NPCI and NEFT categorized as FMIs, that means financial market infrastructure. NPCI, even more important, NPCI has been designated as system-wide important payment system now. The payment methods, the important payment methods which are actually classified as FMIs already, they are real-time gross settlement system, securities settlement system, clearing corporation of India limited, negotiated dealing system, and two more I have added, I told you, and they are NPCI and NEFT. IBBI, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India Committee on Corporate Insolvency Resolution, Solution and Liquidation Process, Uday Kotak, and TV Mohan Das Pai will be the head of Advisory Committee on Service Providers. Upper age limit for CEOs and full-time directors, 70 years. It was actually for banks set by RBI. And maximum term as full-time directors and CEO, for those belonging to the promoter group, that is 10 years. India's first natural gas trading platform is Indian Gas Exchange. Sahkar Mitra scheme launched by Ministry for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. 500-year-old submerged temple spotted in Odisha, and the river was Mahanadi. Vandhan Yojana to be expanded to 50,000 self-help groups, and Vandhan scheme was started by TriFed and Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Lockdown Liaisons has been written by Shobha Day, that's the name of the book, and the children's story, The Ikabog, written by J.K. Rowling. India's permanent representative to World Trade Organization, that is Brajendra Navneet. United Nations Association for Development and Peace Goodwill Ambassador to the Poor, Netra. And Netra is a young girl from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, who has actually become the Goodwill Ambassador to the Poor. That is actually made by United Nations. Don't forget the name of Netra. We'll keep uploading such videos. Thanks for watching.